What's up, guys? This is your boy LASGIV back with a very special treat for you all. And my apologies for not making another video. It's been a tough time for me, money wise, and also I just had a birthday on the 6th of December. But without further ado, let's jump into it. So as you guys can see, I have here the Note 9. This is a very special treat because I had just gotten this phone. I've had it for a week now, and I have to say, by far, the most powerful and most beast phone I've ever owned. And let's also talk about the display here. As you can always see, you always have the always on display. I have it as I can see December. Today's the 21st of December. It's 2:13 here in Las Vegas. And you can see my battery life underneath will show my notification if I get any. By far, let's get into it. Like I said. Also, I turned off the button here. It'll still, it'll still respond, but I turned it off here. We have a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display, 2960 by 1440. You also are rocking an Android 8.1 Oreo out the box. CPU is a Snapdragon 845. I know that there's a new Snapdragon 55 if I'm not 855 if I'm not mistaken. You also have with the RAMs is a 6 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes, so whichever one you pick will probably be more expensive. Storage is 128, which is what I have here, or you can get 512 gigabytes, which would probably be more expensive if I'm not mistaken. And I'm sorry for the video quality if it's not the greatest. I plan on getting a better setup. Just again, holidays are coming up, and I'm planning on moving sometime in March. So just give me some time. Hopefully in the new year I can have a better setup. But let's keep going. You also have a micro SD. You probably can't see it that well, but it is right here. Yeah, you got it right here. The micro SD can go up to 512 gigabytes. You also have on the back of the phone your fingerprint scanner, also a dual 12 megapixel camera optical image stabilization with 1.5 to 2.4 aperture. On the front of the phone you have a 8 megapixel camera. The back of the phone again 4,000 milliamp battery with what they say is 11 hours and 26 minutes. We'll talk about that later. Also colors come in, like I said, ocean blue, midnight black, or lavender purple. I was actually going to get the lavender purple. I actually rock a different color for once. I usually get blue, silver, or platinum. I've never gotten also white I've got, so yeah. Also you have an IP68 water and dust resistance up to 1.5 meters of water for 30 minutes, which is pretty cool. So first I'm going to talk about the storage. I think that they went solid for about 6 gigabytes of RAM and 8 gigs of bytes of RAM. But the storage, I think, is very by far, I think is very what do I want to say? Interesting. Up to you can get 128 gigabytes or 512 gigabytes, which is pretty nice. I don't think anybody will run out of gigabytes anytime soon unless you like download a lot of stuff. Let's talk about the S Pen. So here's the S Pen. As you can see, when you have this phone on your lock mode, you pull it out of its little hiding spot. This comes up. It says right on the screen, so you can write anything. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty responsive just because when I'm getting close to the screen, it's not going to get it all the time. So, yeah, you can always clear it out. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to unlock the phone. So, yeah, it's pretty responsive on here. You do have Bixby. We'll talk about Bixby later. already, but it is pretty responsive. So I actually made my phone a little bit faster. If you ever want to know about that, leave a comment down below and I'll tell you. But let's continue with the S Pen. So let's say we're playing some kind of music, right? Let's just go to Spotify, load something up, right? As you can see, this down here will also show you what you can do with the S Pen. It even shows single press is a play or pause. Double click is to skip. Also, if you click here, you can see my shortcuts here. I have PUBG, just in case, you know, I'm not in front of PUBG right now. You can do the pen up, which we'll talk about later. I really like this aspect of the phone here. Also, I know you can probably see it. It's a little right there. There's a little dot there that also shows you where you can go. You have translator, live messages, which we'll also talk about later. You also have screen write, which takes a screenshot of whatever is in front of your screen at the time. You can doodle on it. Review all notes or create a note. So, anyways, let's just play a song here. Let's just play a song here. So let's just play. So if you click it once, it'll stop the music. If you click it again, double click.
Were you trying to get crazy with this thing? Don't you know I'm loco?
We'll talk about the speakers later too. So let's try a Milli. That's pretty loud song. If you want to get louder, there is this here, right here, that'll make it louder. Let's test it. Now let's make the volume all the way high, okay? Click it again. Makes it louder. Makes it a little bit louder. So here's the great thing. You cover the speaker that is down here. Right there. You cover it. You can hear that it is coming from up here. Right where the little speaker is for when you talk. But if you also uncover it, and you cover this, all the sound comes from that speaker, which is pretty dope. So also, you also have a headphone jack here, which is really good because I'm glad Samsung's staying with the headphone jack. Also, Type-C charger. Quick charging is also a good thing here on this phone, and wireless charging, which is really, really good. That's it for the S Pen. We talked about the storage. Let's talk about the camera. Okay, I do have a few pictures here. Let me find them here for just 1 second. So I do have a few pictures of me at work. Now I'm gonna say this right now. Yeah, it kind of looks like I'm wearing lipstick, but I'm not. It's just the super focus on this camera that I was telling you about earlier. This is the super focus, focus selfie, if I'm not mistaken what it's called. This is just a regular focus. As you can tell, the top of my head is not as focused. Like, it's not trying to get my head, nor the beard hairs that much focused. As you can tell here, it looks more focused, especially around the lip area. But yeah, also let's talk about video recording. It's also got a video recording stabilization now. So let's watch this. Alrighty, folks. This is for the YouTube video. Just, recording my dog out here at 60 frames per second. It's supposed to be Ultra HD, if I'm not mistaken. It only... Whoops. Alrighty, folks. Pretty solid. We'll walk a little bit here. See how stable it is. I have a pretty... I think I got a pretty good grip on the grip on this phone. It's pretty good. Stabilization's pretty good. It reminds me of the LG G6, how good it had a chin on it, and it was able to hold on. This one has a higher chin on the top of the phone, where the front-facing camera for the selfies at. Say hi, Angel. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I really like it. So that was that's my experience with the video recording of it. Well, also, let's talk about the fingerprint scanner here. It's on the back. They moved the fingerprint scanner from up here next to the phone, which I really really like, to the bottom. Now I'm gonna say this now. Most people will say if you know you need the S Pen to be able to move around with this phone. I can hold it in one hand, okay? So I can literally hold it right in the middle of the phone and just go like this. And let's just test it out. I don't have to really move my hand around like this. I don't have to go down here and then go up here. You go to the middle of the phone, you just boom, boom. I'm not really stretching, just moving my thumb up, that's it. But that's pretty good. But the fingerprint scanner is really, really good, really responsive. I like it. I can't say I just like it, I love it. Here better than right here. Most people will say that was the biggest problem. It was and wasn't the biggest problem, but I will say I do love it down here better. I'd rather have loved to have a circular fingerprint scanner like an LG G6, LG G7, than Q, or just LG G7, or the new V40. So, we did talk about the speakers a little bit. We'll talk about the cons of the speaker a little bit later on in the video. Always on display. So let's go to the always on display here. Where are you here? So we'll go to the settings here. You go to the little settings here and the little screw right there. You should say displays. Home screen, home screen. Always on display. So you go here. You can change your clocks. You know, you can change it to the button. Like I said, I took the button off, so you can go there. You can also change the clock. You can show the brightness, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you can do also auto brightness, but I did the brightness there. Always show, turn off safe battery, about to always done display. So that's pretty good. You can do clock style. So here you can do clock style. As you can see, I have a wallpaper. No, this is not my girlfriend. It's just one of my favorite actresses, and I think she's very very pretty. You can always go here. This is where I think this is pretty cool. You could do GIFs. You know, GIFs. That's pretty cool. You can add it. This is what I always have. But there are different. You can change the color of the watch by going here. So you can show the different colors. But yeah, you could always do other things. And I think that's a good add-on that they added, which I think is pretty dope. You could also do it to the side where it shows right there. 2 different times. 2 different time zones if you want to do it. But yeah, these are all the different types you can have. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. We'll also go into text messages here real quick. I'm just going to go to a random text message from Cricket. I have Cricket. I just put my SD card in. Again, I wanted to make a very important thing here. I got this off of Amazon, refurbished for $758, which isn't too bad. I really like that I got this for a cheaper price. Yes, you could say LA, well, did it come back not in the greatest condition? No, it came back in perfect condition. Perfect freaking condition. And I'll say this right now, I love the phone. Again, I will always love this phone. But this is what I really like. You can go to GIFs. They added this from iPhone. So that's pretty cool. You can always look up different ones. Sorry again if the quality is not the greatest. It says trending, happy, fun, thumbs up. You can also do, you got your classic emojis. You can also do your my emoji. So these again, doesn't look like me all that well. We were talking about pen up. So let me take my pen out here for a second. You go to pen up and it'll show you, my feet. I've done a few here. As you can see, you can see the few things. I've gotten one like here and one like there, but you'll see other people who have done a very, very great job with some of these, but they show you all these different ones. Like, let's just click on the bird for a second. The owl. Sorry. You can see how these people just show how great and how talented they are with just coloring something and just making it their own. I'm okay. But some of these guys are very talented. You can go to live draw, and you can view all these people that have done live draws. And these are, you can do that. Or what you can do is you can go to challenges. And these challenges are people that are doing all these little challenges. It says, let's draw shooting stars. So you go to there, you see all these people that have done it. These are really, really cool. So you can do your own by just clicking here, post artwork. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm not ready for that. This one is actually pretty dope. So let's give that one a like. We'll talk about more of that S Pen live messages. So you just go here, you go straight to here. You can write whatever you want. See, I said what's up. You go back. Just draw anything, and then you just play it. You can get rid of it. You can do whatever you like. Again, we already talked about GIFs. And it does not get too hot on the phone when you're playing something like a PUBG or Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links or Family Guard, one of the Dragon Ball Z games, or even Pokemon Go. And we're going to talk about Pokemon Go with the S Pen here in a little bit later on, because there's a thing that I do not like. Again, we've already talked about the wireless charging. So now that we got all the good stuff out the way, let's talk about the cons. So let's talk about Bixby. Okay, if you go straight over here, you'll see that Bixby is activated. They did not get rid of it. The button is still back here, right here next to the volume rocker. But you can't remap it. You can't change it and do all this other stuff. But what you can do is instead, when you press it once, usually it's supposed to take you to Bixby. You can press it twice, and then it'll take you to Bixby. So I like that aspect because sometimes I do click it. I just don't like that it's Android 8.1. I thought we were going to get like, Android Pie, and the new UI is supposed to come out in January. They're doing a beta test for it right now, which I think is really good, so that when it comes out in January, you can't say that it was, wasn't tested or anything like that. So I'm going to say this right now. I just wish we could have had Android Pie, but it's okay. We talk about my emoji, how it just doesn't look like me in my own personal opinion. So let me just go to it real quick. We're going to look at me real quick. I go here, and then we're going to look at my face here. And as you can see, this just does not look like me. Oops. So let's go back to here. As you can clearly tell, that just does not look like me. And, I'm just, hey, what's up, guys? It looks too clayish for me. Like if it's like an old software, and I think that they just weren't ready to make this yet. For this in particular phone itself, I'm just going to put the S Pen right here for now. It does get a lot of fingerprints on here. I know you can't see it on here, but I've noticed there are a lot of fingerprints and smudges. You can see that, of course, this is going to have a lot of smudges and stuff like that, so yeah. We don't need two web browsers. When you get the phone, you can have Google Chrome, or you can have their very own, which you can't get rid of, which is sad, is their internet, which is kind of weird. So yeah, it just goes to that. Don't really like it. So let's talk about the S Pen here. Okay, the S Pen works for so much stuff. It'll work with the PUBG, Duel Links, Family Guy, and Dragon Ball Z, but it will not work with Pokemon Go. So load it up a little bit. We'll turn it down a little bit. Sorry, I just cracked my knuckles, guys. Oh, and while we let it load, I don't like this whole clicking thing, because I feel like it is a real pen. But see, watch this. Let's try it. See, it does not compute with that. And for it to be a game, like a sort of gaming phone, I think Samsung needs to fix that. So you can see, click that. I don't have no Pokeballs here, but you see, I clicking on this and it doesn't want to work. It'll work here. So I think that's kind of sad that it doesn't work with that. But the clicking, I feel like that's a little bit of a problem if you're constantly, because you're so used to it's like a pen. So when you're writing it feels like it's a pen. So that's my only problem with the S Pen, the Pokemon Go, and then this. I understand that it has to keep it from falling out, which is fine. It's fine. But I feel like eventually it's going to get stuck like a regular pen and you're going to break it, so you got to get a new one. And those things aren't cheap. They're about $49 $4.99 on Amazon and I think in their website. But also, what I didn't say about the S Pen is this: it is Bluetooth. If I didn't say it, I'm gonna say it again. 100% battery available. The phone itself charges the S Pen while it's in that little docking area right here underneath. So let's show it a little bit. So yeah, that's the cool thing. I have had problems with it a little bit. Seems like it dies pretty quick, but once you put it back in, leave it in there for a little bit, it's fine. But this thing is very, very well done. As you can see, it also has a little bit of a curve area to it too, because you can see the little edge when it comes off. You can see that there's a little curve there when it comes off. So that's pretty cool. Also, if you have when you're watching videos, whether it be on YouTube, Twitter, Netflix, or any video you're watching, if I'm not mistaken, it'll show you. I can't remember exactly where you can go for the video enhancements. Let's see if I can find it here. Display. Video enhancer. So it'll show you all these things that it enhances. So YouTube, video player, ESPN, Google Play, movies and TV, YouTube, Netflix, PlayStation Video, which is what I have because I watch movies on there, or Twitch. So that's pretty cool. You can turn it off or on. But guys, with that being said, that's gonna be the climax of this video. Out of if I were to give it a rating, I give it a 9.5 or a 9.1 due to the fact of Bixby, Android 0.1 speakers. They could be a little bit louder, I think. The fingerprints, the S Pen not working with Pokemon Go. I know you guys could be like, well, you're just being picky. Maybe a little bit. But the two web browsers, and then but. Overall, I say if you get this phone, you don't need another phone unless you want to, test it with another phone. The only phone I want to get right now is to test it and side-by-side comparisons is the OnePlus One and certain other phones. But right now, I don't have the money. But again, guys, if I don't make another video for a while, I apologize. If you guys have anything you guys would like to know about the phone, leave a comment down below, or you can message me on Twitter. It's the same LA_SGIV. And if I don't make another video before Christmas, I want to say Merry Christmas to all you guys. And if I don't make another video before New Year's, Happy New Year's. Whatever your resolutions are, keep them and follow them through. And if you go out on New Year's and you're out on Christmas, stay safe. I hope your family stays safe. From one family guy, my mom, my brothers, and whatnot, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And again, stay safe, guys. If you guys like the video, please hit that like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Again, my apologies for not the greatest setup, but I will try to get a better setup as the year goes on. After I move, I will do my best. But please, if you guys really do like this video, hit that like button. Again, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year's. Peace.